What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about Scary Movie 6. We'll be talking about Scream 7. We'll be talking about Halloween the game. And we'll be talking about Friday the 13th. So starting off here with Scary Movie 6, Regina Hall said this recently. Well, she said a few things, but she said this to Collider about the script. She said, "That one I've read, it's funny and it's great. I'm very excited to be working with Anna again, the Wayans again, and so many of the original cast members. It's a big reunion for everyone." She also said this about where Cindy and Brenda are all these years later, or where she thinks they are all these years later. "I know they can't be anywhere good." I mean, that's an understatement for Brenda. She just gave birth to Billy the Puppet's child. She says, "Nobody's trajectory looked that promising from that crew. I don't think anyone's changing the world, but who knows? Who knows? I'm excited for Scary Movie fans to see it. It's been a very long time, but I'm excited to revisit Brenda." Wow, I'm like, Brenda, what are you doing now? Where are you? One of the great things about Scary Movie is we all always had so much fun making them. So I'm really looking forward to the fun part and how much fun I think we'll all have seeing each other again and getting the gang back together. Now, Marlon actually ended up confirming, more or less, that Sean is supposed to be coming back as Ray during an interview with CBS. A very touching interview, I might add. If you haven't checked that interview out, I will leave a link to it down in my comment section. I'll just pin it. I really enjoyed that interview. Marlon always gives great interviews, in my opinion. So Uncle Ray is coming back to play some more games. Haven't seen Sean in years. I think he's been off screen and out of the public for over a decade. So it's going to be nice to see him if he actually is going to be coming back as Ray. But I know Marlon himself has teased wanting to see another Wayans back, along with seeing Doofy. And, of course, the immediate Wayans you would go to would be Sean, who starred as Ray. So it seems like going off of this CBS interview, we can expect to see Ray. So that's going to be great. Now, let's talk about Scream 7. Scream 7 could make some moves this week, and now the possibility of this has grown stronger to a lot of us who noticed that the Twitter page, or the official social media page on Twitter, has become active once again. They've been retweeting a few things. Not only that, but Neve Campbell, another reason to think something might happen this week, Neve Campbell did announce the release date for Scream 7 on October 1st, which is this Wednesday. I think that's this Wednesday. And then, of course, her birthday is 2 days later on Friday, October 3rd. So we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of that announcement and her birthday. We know the original is releasing in theaters in October too. So all signs point to something happening this month. And right now, my eyes are on October 1st and the 3rd. But when it comes to that trailer, I will say this. If you do not see anything pop up on Alberta Trailer Ratings, that website that many of you love to look at and come and tell me when the trailer has been rated, if you don't see anything there, chances are we're not going to be getting a trailer. Anytime we've heard anything about a trailer, I've always been able to go to the Alberta Trailer Rating site, and something about the trailer that everyone is anticipating is there. It has a duration. It has when it was rated. Once we see that rating on that website, we're getting very close to the Scream 7 trailer. Until then, my prediction is we will see it sometime this month, meaning October. But until further notice, we hold off on expecting a trailer this week. If we get anything, it could be a photo or some new interview. I think that's more realistic. Now, let's talk about Friday the 13th. Braun Strowman. Yes, for my WWE fans. Yes, I did say that. Braun Strowman, according to Collider, has let it be known he is in talks to star as Jason Voorhees for a Friday the 13th revival. It's not locked or anything. He's just let it be known there are talks, and something could happen if the stars align. He said this during a recent interview with Collider. "There may be some talks about it with people that I know in my agency. If we could ever get everybody to get back on the same page and allow the things to work, I might be the next Voorhees." Now, I've seen some negativity about this online. I don't think this is a bad idea. Not just from the get-go. Braun, I think, has a lot of potential as a Jason Voorhees. Maybe he's not everyone's favorite body type. I get that. Maybe he's too big. But out of all the things that have been happening with the Jason universe, I think this is the most positive right now for me. And not just because I'm a wrestling fan, but I do think that Braun could be a very convincing Jason. The only thing I might be able to criticize, that I kind of have the same criticism when it comes to Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, is maybe the guy is just too big. But if I can look past that, which I can look past how big Michael Myers is in Rob Zombie's films and still enjoy the performance given to us by the actor in the role, I think that Braun Strowman would be a very good Jason. I think he could pull it off. Now, if he doesn't get to throw a chair at anyone, for anyone who remembers that moment with Roman Reigns, then why bother? I'm just being funny there, but I think Braun Strowman would be a suitable Jason. I think he could knock it out of the park. Obviously, you would have to shave that beard And I can see WWE trying to jump on him again, trying to get him back on board so they can use him to market the film, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, I don't think he'd be a terrible Jason. I think he wouldn't be my first pick, but since his name apparently is being talked about and he's having conversations with those who can make it happen, I'm open to the possibility. Do I think he'll get it? No. I don't think Braun Strowman will be our next Jason Voorhees, but I thought that was a very interesting exclusive that Collider was able to break over the past weekend. Now, I want to wrap this video up by talking about Halloween the Game. So Halloween the Game is coming next September, which when I saw that news, I was like, that's too far. That's way too far. I think they should come out next spring at best. But next September to align with the fall, I get it. But whatever. It should be coming sooner. That's my perspective. I'm sure that's many of yours perspective on this as well. We got that announcement, and now we're going to have to wait another year. Are you kidding me? But it says, step into the chilling world of John Carpenter's genre-defying film, now transformed into a suspenseful one versus many stealth horror experience. Put on the iconic mask to become the ultimate slasher, Michael Myers, stalking and executing the citizens of Haddonfield one by one, or striving to thwart Michael Myers' plans as civilians determined to save the unaware townsfolk before it's too late. Now, they released this new gameplay. It looks fun. It looks like it's going to be a good time. Of course, some people still have their doubts because it's coming from Orgun Media is involved. I think Ilphonic is the primary person at the helm of this, but I think they were involved with Friday the 13th the game. Were they not? I could be mistaken, but Gun Media I know has a lot of people on eggshells. They're not going to spend any money for this game because they're convinced that the servers are just going to get shut down. It'll be the same thing that happened with Friday the 13th the game all over again. Now, there's this new move apparently that Michael has called shape jumping. I've seen some concerns over this on Twitter mostly, but this is what Jason does, and they had a similar feature in Friday the 13th the game. Is it the title that's off-putting, or just them explaining Michael's out-of-nowhere appearances we know he's done in these movies? Because I saw a lot of ick responses to shape jumping. I mean, I don't like the name myself, but that is what he's doing. They're just trying to make sense of it in the game. I don't really see the big deal about it. There's jokes about how this dude is walking and then just shows up in front of people running from him. There's jokes about this all the time. So I don't think giving it a name is that big of a deal. Maybe the name itself is a bit off-putting. I can understand that. But shape jumping is precisely what he does in these films sometimes. But let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. In the description, I have links to all my social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there's any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.